Greetings everyone, and welcome to my kitchen where I get to be creative and also share recipes that I'm passionate about. I'm always looking for easy and exciting recipes to share with you, and today is not the exception. There are endless possibilities when baking a coffee cake. Let's mix our ingredients, cut up some fruits, and add coconut to our streusel. Bring out the teacups and pair this coffee cake with tea or coffee for an unforgettable experience. In honor of the last few days of summer, I will be incorporating coconut, pineapple, and cherries into my cake. It's almost like a pineapple upside down cake, but inspired in a coffee cake. I'm so excited, so let's get started. Okay, let's start by prepping our fruits. I was able to find this gorgeous pineapple, which made me even more excited. Okay, to start, we will lay the pineapple on its side and cut off the ends. Stand up the pineapple and start removing the skin. Cut the pineapple in half and then the halves in half as well. And we will only be using half of this pineapple for the recipe. Then slice off the core from every single piece. Now take each piece and slice. When all the pineapple is sliced, set aside until we need it. Now off to do some mixing. Our cake is super simple, nothing complicated about it. To our bowl, we will add 1 3/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Mix to incorporate every single ingredient. Set your dry ingredients aside. We will mix our wet ingredients in a different bowl. To start off, we will need a cup of sour cream, 3 room temperature large eggs, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Once everything's in your bowl, let's go ahead and mix well. This cake is usually baked in a round mold but doesn't necessarily have coffee in it. It's called a coffee cake because it's served with coffee or tea. In fact, most coffee cakes have fruits or nuts incorporated in them. Ooh, there's also a cinnamon flavored coffee cake that's amazing. To be honest, they're all delicious. Okay, so now take your wet ingredients and add them to your dry ingredients. Continue mixing until everything is well combined. I love that we can mix this recipe by hand with no major equipment needed. When you mix your dry and wet ingredients separately and then add them together, your mixing becomes much easier. Also remember that the less you mix your flour, the fluffier and the lighter your end product will turn out. Moving on to our delicious coconut streusel. In my measuring cup, I will incorporate with a fork 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 2/3 of a cup of granulated sugar, the zest of 1 orange, half a cup of unsalted melted butter, and to mix, like mentioned before, you will only need a fork. Make sure you get it in there and mix well. Our streusel looks great, but I almost forgot. We need to add a cup of shredded, unsweetened coconut. Just make sure it's well mixed in, and your streusel should have a crumble consistency. Prepare your 9-inch round springform pan by spraying it with baking spray. Add your batter and start layering your pineapple on top of it. This pineapple is nice and sweet. Throughout time, this fruit has contributed to so many delicious recipes. I have no doubt it's an all-time favorite. If you think about it, we add it to desserts, savory foods such as pizza, and drinks. There's no doubt this fruit is the winner. To continue, I will also place some cherries on top for its wonderful flavor and color. Look at that contrast, it looks great already. And now for the topping, bring your streusel and top your cake that has already been layered. This dessert literally takes me back to the beach and its beautiful sunsets. Our cake is assembled. Oven should be preheated to 350 degrees and we will bake it for about 40 to 55 minutes or until your knife comes out clean. I know it seems like a long time, but since our cake is topped with streusel, it will take a bit longer for it to cook. If you feel your streusel is getting dark, you can lightly cover the top with aluminum foil to prevent it from browning too much. Okay guys, while our cake is in the oven, I would like to invite you to subscribe, like, and share my videos, and also don't forget you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. So let's get back to our cake. How incredible! Our cake is perfect. After you bring it out of the oven, place it in a cooling rack so the temperature drops and we can cut it. After cool, take a small spatula, or in my case a knife, and run it around the sides of your cake to help it unattach, and we can remove the ring easily without messing up our cake. You can bake this for breakfast or brunch. This cake is nice and moist, and the release of the pineapple juices add an incredible balance between flavors. Pair it with your favorite cup of coffee or tea. There are endless possibilities and so many fruits and nuts you can incorporate. Be sure to try this recipe and do not be afraid to get creative. I love that I can be myself and twist recipes to what I like. Which reminds me, if you have a recipe that you would like for me to make, comment below and I will take a look at it. I love that we are starting to build this community and I'm so excited about it. Also, do not forget to click that notification bell so that you are notified every time there's a video. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in and I hope you have a great rest of your day.